Welcome to Tales of the Lesser Medium, a podcast that pokes fun at video game narratives. I'm, as always, your narrator, Caleb J. Ross, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host...
Look, dude, I'm excited for this. I do love Shenmue, but he is very void of emotion, okay? I'm actually going to be multiplying Ryo's emotion by 30 tonight. I'm going to be bringing it in hot because he does kind of sound like Dirty Harry if he worked customer service.
Yes, that was my co-host, Travis Terry.
Hi.
And I can't wait to hear all of this emotion you're going to bring. You're really setting it up here, because I know what Ryu and Shenmue sounds like. Dirty Harry, customer service, you're absolutely right. So 30 times that, I'm expecting a lot of emotion. Stick around, guys. This is going to be really good. I'm not building it up too much. I swear to God. And as always, we'll be talking you through our favorite video game franchise narratives, which, come to think of it, I'm not sure if by favorite we mean our favorite video game narratives, or just these are just our favorite narratives.
Just the narratives.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, we're going to be interjecting with all sorts of hilarity along the way to make you laugh and to make us drive around forklifts for hours upon hours to make just enough money for a boat ticket to Hong Kong, because that's what a person does when some bald freak eats their original boat ticket to Hong Kong.
Yeah, you know what? No one truly understands what that's like until it happens to them.
Oh, thanks for the tee up. In the arms of an angel. Sorry, got to get the character there. For about the cost of a single boat trip to Hong Kong, you can help a needy man purchase a single boat trip to Hong Kong.
Oh.
And for only an extra few dollars, we slather that ticket in that weird bittering agent that Nintendo puts on Switch cartridges to help stop all the unnecessary ticket eating that's tearing our society apart. That's ticketomyheart.org, which, as I'm saying that out loud, I hope that is not a real site. Let me just check here. And... no, good. We're great. Okay,
we got
go
it.
ahead.
All right.
Send me money. You're good to do that, listener.
All right, we just need to go on GoDaddy, hook up the Squarespace, and it's all yours, Caleb.
It's easy. And as long as I can recoup the cost of that, $13 a year for the domain, and I don't know, a few $100s for a several year period of hosting costs, as long as I can dupe some listeners into that small amount of money, we should be good. This is a great venture.
Nice.
Speaking of venture, let's talk about an adventure, because today we're going to begin our 3-part Shenmue adventure. But fair warning, it will feel like way more than 3 parts, because Shenmue is at most times a pretty boring game.
Or it might feel like one really long part.
Which is better?
I don't know.
Well, you let us know, listener, how it feels. We, like most things that Travis and I try to do when we're making other people feel good, we like to send out surveys afterwards to say, hey, partner, how'd that feel?
Yeah, was the smell weird for you?
It wasn't for me. I'm just asking, getting it out there in case you thought that. Anyway, Shenmue was heralded in its original release as a beautiful example of how player agency in a semi-open world can bestow upon the player a sense of a living, breathing game world. And it's aged fairly poorly, as better and more player-friendly examples of the genre have percolated to the top of Metacritic. But these Tales of the Lesser Medium episodes won't be boring, damn it, we promise. We're gonna splice it up the way we always do, with black pepper, just black pepper.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. We're not gonna burn our mouths for you. We're not stupid.
Yeah, there's that. A lot of restaurants don't make it spicy, but there's that one salsa at Chipotle where I'm always amazed. I'm always like, man, they just putting this out there for people to just put on their stuff. That's pretty spicy.
Weird.
Pretty spicy. But I got to be the one to admit, I very much enjoy the Shenmue games, and I completely understand why most people think that's dumb and that the games are bad. I get it. As someone who's played them all and loved them, while I was playing them, I was like, I feel like I should be hated for the fun I'm having. But that's why we're covering it. It's so unique, it's so weird, and because at least one of us had to like it, because one of us had to fucking play through it so we could do this, I can't deny that they're an acquired taste for sure. I also don't know that black pepper's enough. I think we might need some of that weird Chipotle stuff, the red sauce. It's got a little bit of a kick. It's got a restaurant kick, mass market kick. You don't see that often.
I'm hoping there's one person out there that's like, God, I hate Travis, And I know there's a reason. I just wish there was some sort of documentable reason why I hate this guy.
This is it.
This is it. He likes Shenmue. Mark that off your
do.
boards. Let's dive right in, shall we? It's a cold, snowy afternoon on November 29th, 1986, in the city of Yamanose, Yokosuka, Japan. In what would...
Maybe we should stop right here and say, folks, a lot of the words and names in this game, we're probably going to pronounce them wrong. So we're going to try our best, but... I mean, you know what? We're not only going to pronounce them wrong, we'll pronounce them several different ways wrong as well. So just buckle in, just go ahead and backspace that email. Maybe close your browser. Don't even send that email.
Yeah, and those city names, those were in the country of Japan, in what would appear to be a quaint, friendly town.
Okay.
No, you give me permission. I can do this the whole time.
Now I'm going to send you a fucking email.
In what would appear to be a quaint, friendly town, but will reveal itself to actually be nothing of the sort. We start out in a public park where two adult roughnecks have bullied a teenage girl and a small boy into a corner. The aggressors are intimidating and verbally threatening to the young pair. The girl is standing up in defense of the boy, who the men are accusing of hitting them with his toy airplane. She begs them not to lay a finger on her or the little boy, just as one of the bullies moves in to strike her. A voice from nearby calls out her name.
Are you ready for this? It's intense. Nozomi.
Wow.
You hear that? He was
bringing
ecstatic.
The Chipotle.
Anger.
You gotta save some in that bottle for the rest of this thing. I don't know if the spice is gonna last.
That was 30 times the spice he used.
The men turn to see Ryo, another teenager, approaching them, and his approach is made quick by his burgeoning aerodynamic mullet and his leather jacket, which I'll assume is all greased up to facilitate a quick approach and all.
Yeah.
You looking for a fight? One of the roughnecks asks Ryu, then answers himself with, anytime.
I was just about to say that.
Within a matter of seconds, Ryu subdues the bullies, one with a palm strike to the sternum and the other with a roundhouse kick to the jaw, both of which are super quick and super slimy with excess jacket speed grease.
Speed grease.
Nozomi and the small boy thank Ryo for saving them with over-the-top violence. Thank you, Ryo, for the over-the-top violence.
Thanks.
Ryu tells them to steer clear of the bullies since they can't be reasoned with, and then he high-fives them with his slippery hand.
Good job.
It's established here early that Ryu is a skilled martial artist and is not one to be messed with. It's also apparent that his city is increasingly plagued with gangs and roughnecks and no-gooders in search of weaker prey. Thankfully, though, I was very cognizant during my watches of the Let's Play footage here. The city is not yet contaminated with goons, hooligans, or thugs. Okay,
Yeah, not this city, not yet. Later cities infested. This city pretty clean of those types.
And that's a good thing because those latter three groups are, and I don't say this word lightly, scientifically the worst of those two series of tough guyery. So unfortunately, however, they will rear their ugly heads later in our series. So don't get too comfortable, listener. Okay,
That's right. That's right.
Nozomi, right? Nozomi. Is that pronunciation number 2?
Nozomi. I'm trying to think of how Ryo would say it, which I'm not sure means anything.
Nozomi. And the boy, we're lucky that Ryo just so happened to be on his way home when he spotted them in need of help. They may not be so lucky next time. Or they may be equally as lucky next time. I don't know, the game doesn't really indicate one way or the other.
Yeah, there is a lot of gambling in the Shenmue series, and enough, to be honest. I feel like making it home safe shouldn't have to be a risk, too. And that applies to this day and age, this country. It shouldn't be a gamble.
Yeah. Should be a regular-ass video game with just walking from work to home. No shenanigans. That's what I think. Returning home for the night, Ryu steps through the gate that guards his family's residence. Smart has a gate at the residence.
Keeps the goons out.
Upon entering the property, however, Ryu can see some debris outside his father's dojo. You're not gonna call me? Okay, I'm gonna keep going with debris then.
I made a face. I don't know if that...
his father's dojo. Something has been smashed apart. Thus, the debris. Seconds later, he finds their live-in housekeeper named Ine lying on the ground. Probably just taking a nap.
Probably.
Tired of cleaning up debris. Smashing up the dojo will wear out a person, as it turns out. That's why she's on the ground. Ryu wakes her up and checks her over. It turns out she's probably not the one who did all that carnage stuff. That's my bad. I should not have accused her of doing so.
You're not good at reading a destroyed room, are you?
She tells Ryu that she's fine, but that he should go and check on his father, who's inside his dojo.
Wait, don't tell me. Has father been drinking again?
As Ryu approaches the steps up to the dojo, the swinging doors burst open and a man flies backward through the air and onto his back, old Western saloon style.
Wow.
He manages to only mumble Ryu's name before falling unconscious. We learn later, how do you mumble Ryu? It's like hardly any syllables.
He just meowed a bunch.
Yeah, he wasn't even saying Ryu. Ryu's an egotistical bastard. Oh, this dead guy, he's saying my name. No, I call it my name. He said it. We learned later that this young man is a live-in martial arts student of Ryu's father. And he'll eventually be fine too, but confused by what he's seen so far, Ryu steps cautiously inside the dojo and spots a man standing in the center wearing a green Chinese silk robe. And it is this much.
Is that an envelope?
Yeah, that's it. Oh, you heard it. See, I've been working on my envelope work here. This is like, thank you. And it is not his father.
Daddy? Oh, no. Not Daddy.
Well, producer walks up to Ryu. This is like on TV, dude. You gotta run around the studio high-fiving people from the audience. That's part of this whole thing that we do here on Maury Povich.
Okay, I'll try again. Oh, wait. No. Wait. Oh, yeah. Not Daddy.
Look, it's better, I guess. Anyway, let's move on.
Anyway, it's not Ryu's dad.
The man has a long black ponytail and a scar around his left eye. The man stares intently at Ryu as he approaches. As the doors close behind him, Ryu spots his father across the room. Ryu's father shouts for him to stay back just as two men in dark suits and sunglasses step out of the shadows and subdue Ryu by grabbing his arms.
Please, put me down.
The man in the green robe speaks up. For the last time, where is the mirror? To which Ryu responds,
Which mirror exactly? I'm a bit of a mirror collector, so I've got plenty. Are you wanting the Boca do Lobo cracked glance mirror? Or are you looking for something with a historical patina? A brabu, bamboo, accented haiku mirror, perhaps?
Punch!
Oh, you want the plot-critical MacGuffin mirror. Right. I'll go grab that for you right now.
Okay, I gotta say, when I wrote that, I forgot that you're doing the Ryu voice. And I was gonna bring like this energy to it that obviously wouldn't make sense because you've established the Ryu voice. God damn, Ryu's boring.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
I know. And in the end, he was like, I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. It's funny because I like Ryu, but sometimes he says things, but he phrases it like it's a question, and it's not. Yeah. Like, good morning? Like, no, it's good morning. You can say it. Stand behind it.
Don't be surprised if I bring in another few verbal punches to your Ryu in the future.
And I'm punching it up. I'm 30 times more excitable than Ryu in the game.
Ryu's father says he has no intention of giving up its location, which I assume means that Ryu, from this make-em-up skit thing that Travis did, which was really embarrassing. My writing of it, not your performance. Your performance, perfect.
Sure.
Perfect.
I know I nailed it.
Ryu's father and the two thugs begin to fight. Ryu's father suffers a kick to the head that sends him staggering to the ground. Ryu reacts by breaking free of the two men and runs at the man in the green robe, only to receive a critical blow of his own that sends him to the ground beside his dad.
Oh, Daddy, who is the bad man?
Hey, a question. See, it works sometimes.
But he didn't say it like a question. That was on purpose.
Damn it. He's just got to flip. There's just a switch. He'll do it. He'll get there.
I mean, he was upset, too. He was all, did you hear him? He was all like, Daddy, who is the bad man?
Whoa. Calm down, Ryu. Jesus. Ryu's dad, through labored breaths, tells the intruder that no matter how many times he asks about the mirror, he will never, ever reveal its location. Mm-hmm. The man walks over to Ryu and lifts him up off the ground by his throat and demands the mirror from Ryu's dad, or else he'll kill his son. Left with little choice, Ryu's father tells the man the mirror is buried outside under the nearby cherry tree. The two dark-suited goons leave to fetch it. The green-robed man then approaches Ryu's father and asks him if he remembers killing a man by the name of Sun Ming Chao.
Ooh.
Ryu's dad seems to be in disbelief. He mutters,
"It can't be you?"
Oh, so it runs in the family. Okay. That explains why Ryu can't be taught. It's genetic.
Fair.
The green-robed man tells Ryu's dad, "Well, if I had a mirror, I could verify if it's me, couldn't I?" I'm kidding. He doesn't say that. He demands that Ryu's dad stand so he can die like a warrior. Ryu's dad, appearing weak and injured on the ground, now suddenly strikes at the man in the green robe, but is blocked. The man in the green robe strikes him back, hitting Ryu's father with a critical blow to his chest that sends him flying across the dojo and onto his back. One of the goons then returns to the room from outside and hands the green-robed man the mirror they dug up from the cherry tree. The man in the green robe holds it up to the light and exposes a tattoo on his arm. When doing so, Ryu takes notice of this tattoo.
Looks like some sort of ink sewn into skin. Probably a tattoo.
God, not only is he boring, but he has to then speak every thought in his head.
He doesn't have many, I'll say that. And also, as a guy who's just out here looking for clues, he's dumb.
The man in the green robe and his two suited goons then leave the dojo. Ryu, still in pain, musters the strength to crawl over to his father. As he's fading away, Ryu's father tells him to keep his friends and the ones he loves close to him. Then he dies. Ryu screams,
"No."
Then the title screen appears. Wow, riveting.
What an intro.
Is Shenmue.
So far, we've got a dead dad, a missing mirror, a guy in a robe who's running around being a bully to everybody, and a son who has a dead dad that doesn't have a mirror who has to find a green-robed bully.
I think Ryu's dad's been waiting for this moment, to be honest. Like, he's had so many problems with Ryu, just talking. He hates when he talks.
I just called a murderer a bully. I don't know why I did that. Could have just said murderer. I was like, what a bully. That guy murdered a man. What a bully.
What a bully.
What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. We always talk about, shit, I can't even think of a single serial killer now. There's got to be at least one out there.
There's one.
Frank?
John Wayne Bundy. I don't know. I'm doing a mishmash.
John Wayne Bundy. Yeah, that bully. We all know. Anyway, title screen. This is Shenmue, a title that we still have no idea what it means. I'm guessing it's probably like the name of a city, like a princess, or based on Ryu's professional knowledge, a mid-century style of mirror. I don't know.
Could be a tree for all we know.
Of course, by the end of the third episode, we'll know exactly what it means, and we still won't understand why the games are called that.
Nope.
According to Reddit, actually, one person does in fact say that it means spirit tree. Oh. But then a user with the contextually trustworthy name sweet and sour _dimsum says Shen actually doesn't mean spirit, it means god or divine, and Mu isn't tree, it means wood, so Shenmue isn't just good wood, it's divine wood.
Yeah, Godwood. I love that.
That would make a way better name of a game. Godwood?
Godwood. Hell yeah, dude. And then the sequel would have been Godwood Ragnarok or something.
Or Jesus would, I guess. You'd have to... Ryu's
Christ,
home...
Spruce. I keep cutting you off. I'm just...
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm glad you did, because had you not, I would have said something like, Jesus would, isn't that just the crucifix?
I'll leave
Or
it
the
in.
cross upon which Christ was crucified, because the crucifix is also Anyway.
We don't have to get into it, but I got it.
Yeah, so you should have cut me off, is what I'm saying. Ryu's home is more than a typical home in Yamanose. It's a larger house, but despite its size and the fact that it rests atop the tallest hill in town, it's mostly concealed by large fences and vegetation. They probably grow weed.
Probably.
Ryu lives here with his father. That's why he speaks in a very flat cadence all the time. Super high.
High as balls.
Ryu lives high as balls here with his father and their live-in housekeeper named Ine, who we met on the ground earlier. Not on the grounds of the house, but literally on the ground earlier, if you'll remember.
Yeah.
There's also a live-in student named Masayuki who flew out of a door a minute ago. Remember that? That was hilarious.
Yeah.
The dojo behind the home is where Ryu's father teaches martial arts lessons. Correction, quickly. I'm taught martial arts lessons. He's dead now.
Right.
Yeah. Ryu himself started lessons with his father when he was 7 years old, which is weird because Ryu's brother started training when they were 3 years old. Ryu's father really didn't have much faith in Ryu. He's like, I'll wait for that one. Yeah.
Maybe he was like Forrest Gump and he had the leg braces for a bit, really needed to grow into himself. That's possible.
Very possible. Very possible. Good on you. Good thinking. Noticeably missing from the family is Ryu's mother, who died of an illness when Ryu was just 3.
Yeah, which is sad seeing as you can't karate your way out of cancer.
Well, but you would certainly try at least once if you're dying of cancer anyway, right? So I would like, Travis, if you could here, for a moment, please describe in sequence, a kata, if you will, the fighting moves you perform on cancer if given the chance. Go! Cancer comes out with you like a right hook.
Yeah, okay, cancer comes in with the right hook. I perform the tumor or not tumor. That's a grappling move.
Is that when you recite Shakespeare as you're dying for a while?
Yeah. Then I might do there's a malignant swan kick move I'm into, the chemo chop to the neck. Then you know what?
Malignant, of course, meaning not at all bad. So you're doing the malignant swan kick.
I thought malignant was bad. I thought benign was fine.
Ah, shit. That changes everything. I gotta go make some phone calls to my family real quick. Oh my god. Anyway, you keep on with your important kata or whatever.
Yeah. Well, no, I got a couple more moves I want to do. A lot of people won't see this coming, but I'm going to do an extreme Hodgkin lymphoma. a lot do non, but I come in hot, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. My finishing move, leukemia. Yeah.
I love it.
That's all I got.
Well, I think we've just made Shenmue way better. A couple of days after the murder of his father, Ryu finally walks out of his bedroom and is greeted in the hallway by the housekeeper Ine. She confirms with him that she is physically fine now, which is good.
Yeah.
Ryu then goes to visit the live-in student Masayuki and asks him what he remembers about the man who murdered his father. Here we learn that Lan Di is the name of the man in the green robe. Unfortunately, Masayuki can't recall anything else about the murderer and begs Ryu not to go after them because it's just too dangerous.
Oh, okay.
And surprisingly, no one, not even Masayuki, who claims that this is an incredibly dangerous situation, has thought to, clue in the cops on this whole murder. And you know what? No one ever will in this whole friggin' series. It's weird.
It's okay. I am the law now. Also, if I'm being honest, we just kind of forgot about cops. It's an interesting thing too. I played all the Shenmues, and there's a lot of cities. You go to Hong Kong, Kowloon, just 3
Name
or 4.
A third one. Name a third one.
Niaru.
Okay.
Sure. Niawu.
I don't believe you, but
there's not even a cop walking around. There's no police. I saw one guard, but it was to a building. Or no, a bridge. And I was like, is there no cops? It's a lawless land?
I bet there was a cop that tried to apply to be a cop, and the city commissioner was like, dude, we don't have that type of RAM to support that many NPCs. Are you crazy pants?
We got hundreds of people that already don't matter.
But if you look closely, they're the exact same asset, dude. So, Ryu then goes into the town to find clues about his father's murderer, or bully. People around town don't know much about Londi, but they do remember seeing a black car speed away from Ryu's neighborhood, which I assume is connected somehow. Oh, and there's lots of little kids that ask Ryu if he wants to wrestle.
Hey, mister, want to wrestle?
It's crazy to me, and I can prove this. There are no cops, but there are also no pedophiles in all of Shenmue, because you're in this first game for at least like a month, and this kid asks you by himself on a street corner every day, any adult that passes by, if they want to wrestle, and no one's abducted him yet. So it's a safe town. But he's always like, "Hey, mister, want to wrestle?" Ryu's like, sorta, but not right now. Someone killed my daddy.
Imagine for a moment being that poor child. All he wants in life is to be molested. And he can't. Like, no matter how many strangers he asks to wrestle.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why there's no cops. If there's no pedophiles, why do you need cops?
Exactly. I mean, there are roughnecks and no-gooders.
And goons and thugs.
But they don't prey on children. Well, I guess they did at the very beginning.
Shit.
But not in that way.
Oh, in the good way, the bully way.
Yeah, they'll shake you down for money, but they don't want to. None of the touchy stuff. That's gross.
Yeah, super gross. Let's move on from it then, shall we? And probably route back to it maybe in a few chapters or so. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Finally, Ryu runs into Nozomi, the teenage girl he saved from the thugs at the very beginning of our story. When asked about the black car, Nozomi remembers seeing it because it splashed mud on her when it sped away. She didn't see who was driving the car, though, what with all the eyes full of mud, but she tells Ryu that she heard a rumor that their mutual friend Tom got into an argument with people in the car, and Tom works at a hot dog truck downtown.
Tom might work at the hot dog truck downtown, but Tom definitely sells, or at the very least, maybe I should have said this backwards, does a bunch of drugs. Maybe Tom does a bunch of drugs, or at the very least, sells a bunch of drugs. I'm not sure what your very least is. Tom's got a lot of drugs.
That he probably bought from Ryu's estate. As we've established, sells weed.
Mm-hmm.
Ryu goes to visit Tom at his hot dog/drug delivery truck and spots him dancing next to it with his boombox blaring and no one else around.
See? Tom is mostly cocaine. You think weed, I'm thinking mostly cocaine.
That makes more sense, you're right. When asked, all Tom remembers is that one of the men had on a weird coat. He described it as a deep green made out of velvet or silk and looking distinctly Chinese. This is all Ryu needs to confirm that it was in fact Londi inside the black car, something everyone listening already assumed and something everyone playing the game has also assumed. But, it's good to have confirmation nonetheless.
Ryu, if nothing else, is a very thorough detective only because he's stupid and needs to be thorough. Like, he has to have several confirmations about the fact he just witnessed.
I think you're being really, really generous here, Travis. I wouldn't qualify that statement with if. I think Ryu is, in fact, nothing else. My favorite new insult is now, you have the personality of a thorough detective. Aww. Trying to get more information, Ryu visits his barber, who he knows is Chinese, to ask if he knows Londi. This is like asking your black friend if he knows your other black friend, yet Ryu is surprised when the barber tells him that he cannot be of much help. But you are Chinese. Ryu is not swayed. He continues to reach out to every person he knows who is Chinese, was Chinese, or has ever eaten Kung Pao chicken to ask him if they know Londi. An old man on a park bench tells Ryu that based on Londi's name, he's probably associated with the Chinese black market cartel. Now, we don't know enough here at Tales of the Lesser Medium to comprehend exactly how racist that statement might be, but we know that it is, at the very least, somewhat bad.
Sure. Yeah.
The old man tells Ryu that the Chinese mafia have set up a base in the harbor so they can bypass customs and run their nefarious activities.
Finally, our first actual lead. Go where there are boats and look for someone Chinese.
Man.
We're going to break this thing wide open.
Absolutely. This game, after all, it takes place in Japan, right? And how many boats can there be?
Right?
Really? It's not like Japan's a series of islands or anything, right?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it's not. Anyway, following up on this lead, Ryu makes his way to some local bars in search of sailors who may know more about the Chinese mafia supposedly taking over the harbor.
Oh my God, this part is so weird. Ryo, barely 18. I don't know the drinking laws in Japan now or in 1986. Barely 18. Walks into a bar and immediately asks the bartender if he knows where he can find some sailors. Okay. Without the slightest hesitation, the bartender says, "You say sailors, but you don't mean just any sailor, do you?" Which is a very weird and specific intuition from the bartender. Is he assuming Ryo is looking for sexy sailors who are into men his age? Or what other kind of sailors are there? It's weird.
I mean, it's a good question, but I am prepared to answer it. Let's see. There's sailors who like to curse. I've heard of that. I've heard of that
cursing
idiom.
like a sailor, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's a moon comma sailor that I've heard about at anime conventions.
Comma. You said the comma out loud. Okay.
I did say the comma
Sailor
out loud.
moon.
Yeah, moon comma sailor.
Sure.
Then there's your standard able seaman sailor, which is just another idiom for another word for sailor, though they probably don't like to be called that because it sounds like you're referring to them as just okay jizz. And then,
yeah.
I don't know, Travis, do you think the bartender is maybe thinking of any of those types of sailors?
The latter, I think.
You looking for some just okay jizz?
Or do you want some chipotle spicy jizz?
I said just some sailors. I didn't say like a very. Come on, man.
So
don't
guac?
be gross.
You want guac? Okay.
I mean, for a few extra bucks, they can do guac. You've been to Chipotle. You know what it means. By the end of the conversation, the bartender has steered Ryu toward a local jazz bar. I swear I almost said jizz bar, where quote whatever types of sailors he suspects Ryu is looking for tend to congregate. He warns Ryu that these sailors run with a dangerous crowd. Oh, dangerous sailors. That's the kind he wants. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
At the Not Jizz Bar, Ryu asks the bartender if a couple of strong hunks playing pool are sailors.
At this point, he's kind of asking for it, right? He's like, "Hey, those strong hunks over there, any type of sailor, huh?"
You referring to those guys over there who are not very strong? Fuck you, man. I'm talking about the strong hunky sailors, you dick. The bartender suggests Ryu ask them himself and warns him not to start any trouble.
Man, what is it with the bartenders around here having a third eye for the things happening around them? They have sexy sailor spidey sense or something.
I like how he says, "Hey, don't start trouble." You mean like asking strangers if they're hunky sailors? That's not starting trouble? No, that's fine. That's fine. Just don't start trouble is what I'm saying, right? Ryu walks over to the pool table and asks the two hunky men who are sailors if they are sailors. They tell him he has to make a shot before they divulge any information. Ryu makes the shot in one try, only to learn that, gotcha, now these guys are just two stockbrokers. Sailors, they hang out at the Heartbeats bar down the street.
Man, and again, if you've never played this game, and I know you haven't, Caleb, but a lot of people will listen to this one thing to soak in the story because they've heard all the horror stories about this game being boring, and why would they play it? But please understand, at this very moment, the entire series is predicated on one fetch quest that gets extended eternally in ways like this. Find the guy to find the thing that leads to a guy who has a thing that needs to be deciphered by a lady who is only available at night, and she knows a guy who has a job to pay for a thing that you need to get to from another guy, and on and on and on and on. We're just in the first layer of that onion.
I get it. Some of the best games are like that, honestly. I mean, I had to do something similar to the Boomerang in Link's Awakening. You know, the trading stuff, not the the flirting with sailors and waiting for the old lady to come out at night kind of stuff. Like flirting with, though, specifically the flirting with sailors is how I got the magnifying glass in Link's Awakening. This was way before GameFAQs, so it took a while. But I learned a lot about myself along the way, and I made some friends. So
I just imagine you
nice.
on a bus literally flirting with sailors who you thought maybe had played the game before for hints.
Yeah, they did. It turned out they did. It was pretty incredible.
That is awesome. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. Outside the Heartbeats bar are two bouncers, who I like to imagine aren't actually bouncers. They're just dudes jumping up and down a lot.
Put in your typo.
They've clearly been drinking on the job, these guys. They try to block Ryu from entering, and one moves to grab him by the collar, but Ryu wriggles free and takes them both to the ground, subdues them, and enters anyway. Yeah. As soon as he approaches the bar, the bartender slides a glass of milk to him and tells him, "Here you go. This is perfect for a schoolboy, I reckon." Ryu is undeterred. He points to a table of men in the back of the smoky bar and asks, "Hey, are those sailors? Do they work for Chinese ships, those sailors? Those are sailors, right?"
Yeah, he's like, those guys look Chinese, and they look nefarious on top of that. Tell me, Mr. Milk Tinder, are these sailors who work with Chinese ships?
Yeah. Milk. Oh, that's not what you were asking about. Oh, yeah, they sure. They work for Chinese ships. Yeah. Go ahead, drink up. Drink up. Slowly. Yeah, oh, yeah. All right. One of the men from the table stands up and walks over behind Ryu and grabs his shoulder to turn him around and asks, "What are you, some type of TV detective or something?" Ryu shrugs the man's hand off his shoulder.
You calling me a thorough detective? You son of a bitch.
Oh, he got him. Harshest insult there is, man.
Hear that burn? He was so mad, too. Did you hear that? He was like, you son of a bitch. Ooh, scalded hot.
The man becomes enraged and screams, "You little punk, are you ready for some of this?" But Ryu immediately grabs the man and throws him over the bar, causing the bartender to duck out of the way.
TV detectives. TV detectives are badass, though. You better hope this ain't Jim Rockford.
Oh, Jim Rockford. That's an impressive name pull there. Name several more TV detectives, Travis. Please.
Oh, God. Well, Jessica Fletcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
From Jessica Fletcher in the
from
group
Murder, She Wrote.
Right.
Columbo, if you want one that's named after
Murder,
his own
She
show.
Wrote.
No, he's from fucking Columbo. Mulder and Scully. Huh?
Mulder and Scully. That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
He's from...
Yeah, Thomas Magnum. P.I., huh? You ever heard of that guy?
No.
Richard Castle. Jake Peralta.
That one I have.
Yeah, I knew I'd get you eventually.
From Reno 911.
Nope.
Damn it. Okay. There's a 911 in there. No.
Yeah. No.
Good.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I don't think there's a 1-1.
Brooklyn. Lowercase L. Idiot. There's two of them in my spelling of Brooklyn. Another man from the same table leaps up, screams,
"You stupid little..."
But before he can finish, Ryu drop kicks him backward and through a table. Another man swings a stool at Ryu, but he stops it with one hand and breaks it over the guy's head. Somehow, still calm, the bartender says, "That's enough." As in, "That's enough, Roadhouse, for one night, Swayze. Relax."
Man.
Ryu tells the bartender he's looking for info about the Chinese cartel. The bartender says he'll give him information if he, one, drinks a bit more of that milk, and two, promises to never return to the Heartbeats bar again. Ryu agrees. The bartender tells him to go find a man named Charlie.
Yeah. In Rio, he leaves that milk behind undrank.
Ah, you bastard. Now you're definitely never will. I was going to take it back if you had drank all of that, but now you're not coming back. And that's just it. Just Charlie. There's no last name, no description, just go find a guy named Charlie. He should have drank the milk. What? It's not Charlie saying that. He should. That's him turned to the camera. Well, he should have drank the milk, I guess. In the Twilight Zone. No, this is narrator Caleb talking. I guess he should have drank the milk. You know, he might have gotten a last name as well, right? You insult a milk tender and you get no last name. It's standard milk tender etiquette.
I've heard that.
Yeah. Ryu goes back to the first bar and asks the first bartender, the one who insinuated that he was looking for a special kind of sailor earlier, if he knows any Charlies. And it turns out, well, he does.
Jackpot.
This isn't just Fetch Quest. This is lazy. I don't want to build more interiors in this game, Fetch Quest.
There's a lot of interiors, though. I don't know why they skimped on this one.
They're just go back to the same one. They're like, I'm not going to build another one. He's going to go back to the same bar. Who cares? It turns out he does. There is one Charlie that runs a tattoo shop across the street. Ryu walks in and finds that the two bouncers from the Heartbeats bar are there, and one is in the middle of getting a tattoo while drunk, which is kind of weird. That's like a no-no, at least in America. I don't know. It could change. They recognize Ryu, let out a panicked, "It's him!" and flee before having their tattoo completed. But Ryu is able to confirm, this is detective work here.
Gotta get the confirmation.
By looking around this shop full of tattoos, His earlier hunch was correct, that in fact the, quote, some sort of ink sewn onto skin is in fact a tattoo. That's good.
Ryu, you've done it again. Done it again.
Cue badass guitar riff. Put on some sunglasses. Roll detective TV show credits. Good job, Columbo, she wrote. Did I get it?
Yeah.
Cool. Turns out the guy drawing the tattoo isn't Charlie, but tells Ryu that Charlie is in the back sleeping and not to wake him unless he wants to get hurt.
I don't mind hurt.
Ryu doesn't mind getting hurt, apparently, and barges in anyway. Charlie springs awake and tries to slash Ryu with a knife, but misses. Ryu grabs his arm and looks at his tattoo, but it's not the same one he remembers from Lan Di's wrist. But with Charlie subdued, Ryu figures to ask him about the cartel anyway. Charlie doesn't talk. Ryu leaves, and now he's out of leads.
And out of Charlie's. Man. And it could have very possibly been the wrong Charlie. He told him nothing. I would go look for a second Charlie myself. I might go down a little list of Charlies.
Yeah. Travis, how many Charlies would you need to have discovered before your version of Ryu would finally start believing those Charlies?
I feel like this seems like a 4 Charlie, like a 4 Charlie mission.
Yeah.
At least
and
4 Charlies.
In his thorough detective notebook, do you think he has a little tally mark, Charlie, and then 1 crosses it out every time? All right.
I think so, yeah.
He is thorough.
He does have a notebook.
Ryu has trouble sleeping that night. Visions of Lan Di bullying his father raced through his head. He can remember Lan Di's robe, the tattoo on his arm, and the sweet way that robe caressed the tattoo as Lan Di walked. Sorry. Went off script there for a second. No. The third thing he remembers is this Lan Di guy asking his father if he remembered Sun Ming Chao, the man Ryu's father supposedly killed. Ryu is in disbelief that his father could have killed anyone.
Yeah, he's in so much disbelief, and he's upset about it, too. He's like, what?
He then awakens to find a letter near his bed, and the housekeeper, Ine, in his room. It's a letter to his father written in Chinese that came the day after he died. The housekeeper had kept it hidden until now, which begs the question, why did she keep this letter hidden? And I think this is worth unpacking a little bit. So I'll be this old lady here.
Okay. Sure.
Ryu, since you're here, I have a letter that I've been keeping safely stored away in my single pair of pants. Would you like it? Or can I keep it? Can I keep it?
I would like it.
Oh.
Can you pull it out of your crusty britches?
Hey, I've watched them before. Okay, let me pull it out here real quick. Let's see here. Ooh, it's wetter than I thought it would be, honestly.
Same.
What else is in there? Oh, I also have your half-eaten piece of apple pie in here in my pocket as well. Here it is. Now, that's probably not important, is it? I'm just going to eat this pie while you're talking.
Why would you keep... This letter seems important. Why would you keep it hidden from me? It concerns the death of my father.
Right. Well, it kept this pie nice and fresh. You know, you have to wrap stuff around food items so they don't go bad. So I'm just going to go back to eating this pie.
What else are you hiding from me? Do not say the pie. I do not want it now.
Oh, no, this pie. You already know about this pie. You said what else? Let's see. I also have a different piece of pie, same flavor, probably from the same pie, I would assume, but it's been so long since I have. That one is wrapped in the deed to this house that you live in. Would you like that too? Can I keep that? And then also, I've kept the fork that I'm using to eat this pie. That's also been hidden from you.
What compartments are inside of your pants?
Oh, several. There's the glove compartment of my pants, which I do keep gloves in. That reminds me. Would you like this glove that the murderer of your father used when he murdered your father to avoid fingerprints and all that? Because we know about fingerprints in 1986. We're not idiots. Would you like that?
Gross. No, it's been up your hoo-ha.
No, it's been in my pocket, okay?
Your glove compartment.
And it has probably touched my hoo-ha a little bit.
A bit.
A bit, you know. Well, I'm old. My hoo-ha's all sorts of places.
It looks like a hound dog's mouth after it drinks water.
Every morning when I put on these crusty old pants, I gotta make a decision. Which pant leg am I dedicating this hoo-ha to? You know what I mean?
It's like your nostrils. They change which one does the most primary intake, you know? I don't know why it's like that. It just is. That's all I could be reminded of. So anyway, she withholds a lot of stuff from Ryu and stuffs him up her, I guess we're assuming for canonical sake, her hoo-ha.
Glove compartment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryu, unable to read Chinese, takes the letter to the local Chinese restaurant to see if the workers there can read it, because Ryu is either racist or incredibly smart, and I, for one, am not willing to state which one I think he is.
Either way, everyone remarks about how smelly the letter is. Smells like pie and puss.
Yeah. It's been next to cinnamon apple pie. So, unfortunately, they can't, these people who he talks to, they just can't read these kanji symbols. But they do know of someone who can. The man they recommend is found outside a butcher shop while drinking a soda, and he tells Ryu that the kanji written on the letter are too weird for even him to read.
Oh my god.
He recommends that Ryu take the letter to his Japanese teacher, who is a kanji expert. Now, thankfully, she recognizes right away that the kanji are reversed, both left and right, and top to bottom, which explains why everyone was confused. Yeah. She tells him that the note says, "Beware of those who pursue the mirror. If you ever need help, seek Master Chen." And then she offers him a piece of pie. It's probably the same lady. On the back of the note, it reads, "Father's heaven, 9 dragons, mother's earth, comrades."
Sir, can you repeat your order? This is a Taco Bell. Did you say 9 dragons and some comrades?
And Mother's Earth. Mother's Earth. Oh, and while I'm here, just one second. Do you want some? Yeah, no. Yeah, no, they have it. They can make it. I know it's after time, but come on. I can make them make it. Come on.
Sir, please, sir.
And while I'm here, is it too late for one of those sausage and egg crunch wrap things? Those are pretty great. So she agrees. It doesn't make sense, but we have to suppose it's a password or a riddle of some sort. But there are other characters that look kind of like a phone number, so Ryu races to a nearby payphone to call the number. The person who answers only says, "Warehouse number 8," and hangs up. Off to the warehouse as we go.
Yes, and the warehouse district is a busy, busy place. There are forklifts lifting crates. There are people walking around. There are forklifts just parked. There are people standing and looking at things. And there are forklifts going in reverse. And there are people staring at forklifts. And there, of course, there's warehouses. And there are forklifts inside the warehouses. And there are people in forklifts inside the warehouses. This place is absolutely nuts with forklifts.
Ryu takes the bus to this wonderful forklift place and immediately sees someone getting mugged. Almost bullied, but thank God, Ryu walks up and tells them to
stop it.
One of the 3 muggers recognizes Ryu and runs off. Another thinks he can take Ryu. Big mistake. Ryu has sausage crunch wrap energy now.
Yeah.
He was in the car with that person who bought the crunch wrap earlier, I guess. Ryu beats up both remaining muggers for good measure, breaking at least 4 big ribs between the 2 men, and then asks where warehouse number 8 is.
Yeah, which is unnecessary because there are enormous numbers painted on the doors outside each warehouse, and they go in a logical numerical order.
Nevertheless, gaining access to the warehouse district is tricky during the day since Ryu doesn't work there. So, under the cover of night, he sneaks in by avoiding the beams of the guards' flashlights and eventually slides inside Warehouse 8 undetected.
Oh, yeah.
A young-looking man dressed sharply in a black suit steps out of the shadows to greet Ryu, but does so by assuming an aggressive karate stance. Another voice rings out telling the sharp-dressed man to stand down, as they were expecting Ryu, okay? This is a guest.
Yeah, and wouldn't the guy who answered the door know? Like, hey guys, while we're here in the warehouse doing weird stuff in the dark, I just wanted to let you know I'm expecting a guy to swing by later. Don't be alarmed. Don't approach him with your combat stance. He's cool.
Down the steps comes Master Chen, an older, bald man wearing a red silk robe.
Like an old Asian Hugh Hefner.
The following conversation between Ryu and Master Chen is long, but it explains a lot of important details to the story in a rather succinct way, so instead of just stumbling through it ourselves, we think it's better you just hear it.
You are the young man who has called?
Yes, Real Hazuki. This says, if you ever need help, seek the aid of Master Chen.
May I look at the letter?
Sure.
Yes, this is Zhu's handwriting. But it appears this letter arrived too late.
Yes. This Zhu Yongda, how does he know my father?
Zhu and your father brought back a certain mirror from China.
The mirror? The one that man stole?
It was stolen?
Yes. The man who killed my father, Landi.
Landi.
Do you know him?
Well, I know of him. An organization called Qi You Men. Its leader goes by that name. I hear he's a master of a deadly martial art.
Yes. He used a style I've never seen.
I think we mean the same person.
What does this mean? Please tell me why my father...
You needn't tell this boy anything, Father.
Father?
No, I'm bound by my promise to Zhu Yuanda regarding this boy's father.
But...
Was only one mirror stolen?
Huh.
I'm asking if only one mirror was stolen.
Yes. Made of stone, a dragon design.
If so, then there's one more. I believe the Phoenix Mirror.
Phoenix?
A mythical bird of Chinese legend that guards human life.
That mirror? My house?
Perhaps. Find it, and then we'll talk.
So, in summary, Master Chen knows Landi and Ryu's father, and he tells Ryu that a second mirror must be somewhere in his house, and Ryu must find it inside his house.
Like every phone call. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Back at Ryu's home, he receives a late-night phone call from Nozomi. She wants to meet him in the park alone, where she tells him she has feelings for him. She's worried she'll miss her chance now that her father, who lives in Canada, has insisted she return home. Turns out she was born in Japan, but her parents moved to Canada, and she's just here for 1 year to live with her grandmother and attend school. Ryu tells her he's not sure of his own feelings towards Nozomi, but he'll tell her when he knows, and they awkwardly part ways in the park.
Ouch. Our guy, not much of a lover, way more of a fighter.
Hey, I mean, I get it. She can tell that Ryu is going on a dangerous mission, and she sees an opportunity to become a bargaining chip and some plot point in the future. You know? I think the school that she's attending, I think she's enrolled in the local Yamanose chapter of the School of Hostagery.
Yeah, one would think that. But let me tell you, man, Ryu doesn't care about the ladies. He cares only about avenging that dead-ass dad of his.
That's respectable. Back at the house, Ine the housekeeper drops another helpful nugget on Ryu that would have been really good to know earlier.
What else is this woman hiding? We probably don't want to know.
Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. She tells him that shortly before his death, Ryu's father took a special item to an antique shop in town to be stored there, presumably to protect it from being stolen from his home. She doesn't know what that thing was, but she said that Ryu's father told her that it was something very important. Now, Tom, you probably don't care about this, but when your father was alive, and I don't know if I'm talking in the same voice I was earlier, we're just going to go with it. When your father was alive, he told me about this very important thing that went to an antique shop. And I figure since I'm digging out all the pie from my pockets, I might as well kind of ask you, talk to you about it and tell you about it. Do you think that's important?
Yes, Ine, please. Anything my father said before his death is important.
Anything?
I mean, I would say anything within like 48 hours before. Does that help?
Sure. Absolutely. So, let's see. 48 hours before. It started off right after dismounting me. He said,
Oh.
That was okay.
Oh, no.
I could have had better. And I was like, hey.
Oh, my.
It was only bad because you
Oh.
probably felt that really hard pie in my pocket.
Stop it.
And then
Stop it.
flash forward 48 hours.
Stop. I am so upset.
Right
Please.
before he died, he said, "Ugh."
No, I was there for that part. He
Oh,
said
so not right before he died then. Okay, as long I just want to make sure I understand the rules and what you're asking.
something
So
about
not
an
right before.
antique, Ine, please. An antique? What did he say?
Let's see, antique. Let's see. After dismounting and then after saying he would like to go.
Before the
Oh, before that.
No,
Okay, that
after the way after the dismount, but before he died.
way after the dismount, but before he died. Did he say anything about an antique?
Correct. Yes.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that all? What's a pie?
Yes.
Here you go. Open up. What does Ryu sound like when he's eating?
Mm. Mm.
What about when he's eating his favorite food of all time?
Oh, you ready for this? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Okay, now I got to know the full spectrum. What about when he's eating the worst food he's ever had in his life? Like I'm talking like 30-year-old pocket jeans apple pie here.
Ooh. Ooh.
So he verbally articulates the word "ew"
A little bit.
and that's how people know. That's how they know if he likes it or not.
Yeah.
So this antique shop is ran by an eclectic old man who only stops babbling nonsense long enough to recognize Ryu as Iwao Hazuki's son. And without Ryu even asking, the old man leaves to retrieve the, quote, very important thing that was stored there.
Man, so much protecting this very important thing if he's willing to just hand it over to anyone who looks familiar enough. He didn't even ask for he's like, oh, you look like Iwao Hazuki's son. But doesn't even say you are, right? He just immediately runs back to grab this thing. Doesn't even check ID.
The old man brings out the item, which looks to be a disc-shaped artifact of some kind. The old man explains to Ryu that this was passed down to Hazuki's heirs when they turned 18 and has been a part of Ryu's family for generations.
Neat. That was Ryu saying that. I know it just sounded like me being uninterested, but Ryu was very interested, and he said, neat.
Back at home, Ryu decides to look for more clues about what his father was involved in and revisits his father's dojo where he finds a key in a desk drawer. The key unlocks a chest in the center of the dojo that contains a sword.
Oh, thank God. More than just foot and feet karate fighting. Finally, a fucking sword.
Ryu pulls the sword out and inspects it, but realizes that it's missing the handguard. Continuing to inspect the room, he peeks behind a scroll hanging on the wall and spots a familiar-looking indentation. He takes out the disc-shaped object from his pocket and fits it neatly inside. But nothing happens. He then looks behind the next scroll and sees a slot that's perfectly sword-shaped. Ryu inserts the sword and, combined with the disc-shaped object, a secret passageway is revealed.
Man, turns out the sword isn't even used for cool fighting stuff. It's a fucking key.
Boom.
And the amount of lucky coincidence here to unearth this secret passageway is mind-blowing, but how else are you expected to hide your porn safely in your dojo, you know? I kind of get it.
The passage leads to a secret cellar beneath the dojo where Ryu's dad had kept things that really aren't worth hiding, like old photos, candles, books, and a few scrolls.
Yeah, notably no porn.
None. However, Ryu notices some scratches along the floor. That looks like where furniture has been scooted across.
Porn?
Sliding the neighboring shelf reveals yet another secret, this time a small compartment inside the wall. Like magazine or DVD shaped is what it looks like. Ryu takes an axe to a hollow-sounding area and finds a small box, with the Phoenix mirror inside.
Not porn. Okay.
Not porn. I mean, if it required an axe to find the mirror, how the fuck did the mirror even get inside the wall in the first place?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a good question. The mirrors are magical. But you know what? Not porn. That's all that matters to me. One mirror down, though. That's progress. In a Shenmue game, you don't make a lot of progress. And here you have to celebrate the strides you make. We got one mirror. One dad killer with the mirror to go. One dad bully with the mirror to go.
Well,
one down, one to go. And if you're thinking, okay, let's go get that sumbitch, wrap this up. You have a lot to learn about Shenmue. All right? It's not going to be that easy. It's going to be so not that easy. We have 2 more episodes about that part.
Oh, God. Do I have to read them, though? Is that necessary for this not to be here?
It's a fun ride. We'll have fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's super fun. Okay, this quest. Yeah, I mean, wait. Let me do it in my most emotional voice I possibly can, as learned from this very episode. That sounds fun. Let's do that. Great. This quest for the other mirror is going to be one of the most protracted fetch quests in video game history. It's time you look away, Link's Awakening. Ryu visits the lady who helped him decipher the kanji to see if she knows anything about the mirror. She knows a lot of Chinese myths about phoenixes that lead her to talking about all kinds of nonsense, like astrology, dragons, prayers, and wishes. Her purpose here is to convey the importance of the mirror, but really it just confuses both Ryu and anyone playing the game.
Yeah, and this part of the game takes Ryu on lots of little side adventures, and one of them is he walks up to this old man who's just day drinking on a park bench, and he tells him he used to spar with Ryu's dad, and then they both go get sake together, and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. He then gets to his feet and tries to teach Ryu an ancient technique that's basically a Hadouken. He's talking it up like this will basically kill everybody. And he's actually able to show him this move, even though he's like at least, he's upper 70s, but he also could be like upper 170s. Like he's pretty old and drunk off his ass. And it's kind of fun because you're like, wow, we came in contact with someone that knew Dad, and I just hung out at a park today and learned an Hadouken from a drunk guy. But you do there's like 4 hours of just walking around the city learning Hadoukens from drunk old men. It's kind of wild.
The only thing I learned from drunkenness is the Hapuken.
They make the same sound, too.
Take 2. Little does Ryu know that since he's had the mirror and has been going around asking about it, he's now being followed. How does he know he's being followed? Maybe because of having a mirror.
Come on.
The creeper on his tail is a strange, sharp-toothed, short, skinhead man not far removed from a Gollum from The Lord of the Rings. He spies on Ryu from rooftops and follows him around, eyeing every move he makes.
He's pretty creepy. Pretty creepy little dude.
At night, Ryu visits Master Chen again at the warehouse to tell him he's found the Phoenix Mirror. Chen tells Ryu that there's a good chance Londi didn't know that Ryu's father had both mirrors.
Right. And then he goes on to explain the importance of having both mirrors. You want the Phoenix Mirror and the Dragon Mirror. Because with them both combined, he says, the heavens open up and Chaiyu will resurrect itself on Earth. And you're like, what does that mean? Well, apparently Chaiyu, as Chen explains, is a world-devouring monster.
That's bad.
Right?
Keep those mirrors apart. Let's never get them together.
Right, something you don't expect in the Shenmue game because you're like, at worst, what is it, just like a bad lo mein? Like, what is it? It's world-devouring monster. Like, now we're getting metaphysical, right? So Chen suspects Londi is aware of this, but he doesn't know the full extent of Londi's plans. It's also not clear if the legend that Chen spoke of is meant to be, like, metaphorical. He's like, it's a world-devouring monster, but really it's just like everyone gets really bad gas or like the plague or like, I don't know, probably not like a dragon coming up out of the ground or whatever. But it's unleashed on Earth, and it would be by far the most exciting thing to happen in a Shenmue game if it did happen. So there's like an argument to be like, well, maybe we just let this thing roll and see what it does, because otherwise we're
That's
just
a good point.
Walking around wishing there were cops.
And if this monster like also drives a forklift, oh man, look out, able seaman. There she blows.
Ahoy, matey.
Wow, fans of the network will like that. Chen reemphasizes to Ryu that he cannot let Londi get the second mirror. And at about that time, a noise from above catches their attention. They look up just in time to see the Gollum-looking stalker swoop down from above to attack Ryu and steal this highly coveted mirror.
Oh no, my daddy's mirror has been stolen.
Yeah, he steals it real easily.
He does, yeah.
The thief then jumps back up into the rafters and onto a swinging platform attached to the ceiling on a track. This mechanism is apparently here to transport crates on and off the higher shelves, so it makes sense to be here. Ryu, thinking fast, presses the button on the wall to start the platform in motion along the track, and then suddenly stops it, making it violently wobble and causing the creepy mirror thief to lose his balance and drop the mirror back down to Ryu. Crisis averted.
All right.
The creepy guy leaps out from the window after vowing that, "I'll be back," probably.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
And Ryu was like, "Shoo, that was a close one." I mean, honestly, though, Ryu thought pretty fast to push that button. It's like the fast... I mean, other than the karate, which is like pretty fast thinking, him pushing the button was like the fastest thing he's done that didn't result in him like punching a dude. It was real smart. Even like when I was playing the game, I was like, "Oh wow!" It's all in a cutscene. You don't get to control it. So when you're watching the cutscene, you're like, "Oh wow, Ryu did a smart."
It'd be the one time when like the name QuickTime Event would be like appropriate.
Yeah.
Like, and I think games loved QuickTime Events about this time. I don't know why they didn't do it.
No, this game is full of QuickTime events, but not here. They didn't trust it.
Shit.
They didn't trust you. Yeah.
Huh. Well, that being said, we say crisis averted. I don't know. Maybe crisis not averted because having two mirrors is bad, right? Like we just learned that. My thinking is like, why not just break them? And like nowhere in the magical heaven-splitting nonsense story did Chen ever say, "But like, don't break those mirrors, okay?"
Yeah, and you think that now, but we'll learn later the mirrors lead to something else entirely. In fact, spoiler alert, they don't even reference World Devouring Monster after this moment. So either way, I agree we should break them.
That guy was that was a weird lie for that guy to tell.
It was. I don't even know. I feel like the writers were like, "Did we say something what they would do earlier?" And they were like, "I don't know, scrolling through. I don't think we mentioned anything. Let's just change it to something else." And they just never doubled back.
They did Control F for every type of mythological beast except dragon. They just went all the way down the list, and they just, for some reason, they're like, it can't be dragon. We didn't do that. Let's just move on. Let's move on. Resuming their awkward conference in the middle of a dark warehouse, Chen's son, who is also a martial arts expert named Guizhang, tells Ryu that the thieving attempt must have been the work of the Mad Angels, a gang they've always had issues with here in the harbor. Chen says that thing, referring to the creepy guy, must have been related to the Caillou, the world-devouring monster. They explain to Ryu that the Mad Angels and Caillou are linked, and that the Mad Angels must be the ones who brought Lan Di here. They tell him Lan Di has probably already gone back to Hong Kong without explaining why they think that. Ryu doesn't ask why. He just asks Chen and his son if they can help him get to Hong Kong.
Yeah, and by the way, I feel like it's worth noting that Chen's son is like a full-on adult dude. Probably even older than Ryu, so I don't think Chen's son. You're like, what are we talking about? Like an 11-year-old boy? Like, no, it's a full-grown dude wearing a suit who knows a lot of karate. I just want to make that clear. And they basically are like, so why you want to go to Hong Kong? What are you going to do out there? Go to Hong Kong and find the one guy wearing a green robe? Like, you don't have a lot to go on. Like, you're literally just going to get on a boat, go to Hong Kong, and be like, where the Lan Di at? And like, if you do find him, he'll just kill you like immediately. Like, what's your plan? Do you have a plan? Yeah, like, he straight up killed your dad. I don't want to bring it up again, but...
Maybe step one, like, buy a sword.
Yeah, or go get that sword out of the wall you shoved in there.
Yeah, you have that. You already got the thing that was inside the secret thing. Now take the thing back and use that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm preaching.
But Ryu, he's not fazed by their logic. He pleads with them to help him find and defeat his father's murderer, bully, but they politely refuse and leave him in the warehouse alone.
Yeah, and you'd think if the guy with the other half of the mirror that could end the world, as you said, was asking for help and offering up foolish ideas like, maybe I'll go straight to the guy with the other mirror and let him kill me, that you maybe would try to deter him, or at least like offer some help or advice, like the thing we just said about going to go get the sword you're not really using that much anymore.
No, they did. On the way out of the warehouse, they just like turned off the lights. And now Ryu's like, I can't fucking see. What do I do?
He'll be in there for 5 hours. Let's go.
It'll be awesome. And unfortunately, the player has to play through all 5 of those completely black, doing nothing hours. Now, Ryu wants to go to Hong Kong, but he will need some help. He visits a rude travel agent who tells him it will cost 158,000 yen to get there. But that's cash that Ryu just simply does not have. So he leaves dejected, assuming he's not going to be able to get to Hong Kong unless he finds a job or idea, sell that mirror he has.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, that 2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing, really.
Yeah.
Thankfully, though, there's a better idea. The harbor is hiring forklift operators to haul crates from one location to another. It's mindless work, but it's easy and honest work.
Very mindless. And the thing most people know about Shenmue. I think it's just forklift simulator.
It's true, listener. Travis didn't just skip over some exposition-heavy cutscene about Ryu earning money at the docks. No, the player must do this themselves for hours. And hours, I assume. That's what I heard about, like you said.
Come on, maybe 1 hour tops. Maybe two. Maybe two, but still, I enjoyed it. I mean, you know what? They let you have forklift races. If you show up early enough for a shift, you can race your forklift to win some extra dough. It's pretty cool. Come on. Come on. Forklift racing. Woo!
It seems weird to race a thing against another thing that are literally identical things.
Identical. Because it's all about strat. You got to get in the grooves. You got to dodge people. You got to do it.
Sure. All right. I'll trust you. I've never been privy to such nonsense.
I have a forklift license, Caleb. And you know what? When I got it, I had already played Shenmue, and I felt pretty good about myself. I was like, I'm a real Ryu Azuki, man. Not here doing...
Did you get that little license plate for your forklift? It says Ryu Azuki.
I should have. We don't require the license plate part here in Virginia.
Yeah, of course you don't require it. Late one night, Nozomi once again asks Ryu to come to be with her in the park. There's heavy snowfall, but the two cuddle close on a park bench to keep each other warm. Nozomi is sad that she has to go back to Canada and begs Ryu to spend time with her. She then awkwardly rests her head on his shoulders as he stares forward, completely uninterested and unfazed. I guess she just doesn't understand that our guy is heck bent on getting that daddy vengeance and is not quite ready for a relationship, you know?
Like, seriously, my man has things on his mind, you know? Don't be cluttering his head with all these impure thoughts. The guy's trying to go out and bully the man who bullied his dad.
Meanwhile, back at the harbor during working hours, the Mad Angels have started bullying. In this case, really, like, for real bullying, not murdering. They didn't start murdering Ryu. They started bullying Ryu and his forklift crew.
I like this during working hours, too. Like, they respect his weekends.
They're bullies, not monsters. Each time this happens, Ryu leads them into a nearby warehouse and beats the living shit out of them. Hopefully, word will get around to the rest of the Mad Angels not to mess with him. Eventually, Ryu pins one down and asks them where their hideout is. Apparently, it's right here in the harbor, on the far end, in Warehouse 17. To which Ryu asks as he gazes upon the giant warehouse numbers easily viewable in sequential order. Ryu goes to inspect, but is startled by Chen's son, Guizhang, who talks him out of going any further with the Mad Angels for fear he'll get his ass kicked.
But I kick the ass. I kick it.
This time, however, instead of leaving Ryu helpless, Guizhang teaches him some moves right there on the wharf. He tells Ryu that he and Master Chen thought it over and figured they would probably help also seek vengeance, as he wants to do. So instead of letting him die at the hands of Lan Di, they would bestow to him some sweet karate moves so that he at least has a literal fighting chance.
Yeah. The one time I feel like video games honestly should probably add more guns. Just go to Hong Kong and shoot Lan Di in the head, man. Wrap it up. You know, and I say that now, especially after playing 3 full games, where I'm like, we could have wrapped this up in the first game. Honestly, if we had like a good weapon on us. We need that justice.
Even like a sniper from the boat, a sniper, like you could cut that off, then get him in the boat in Shenmue 2. In Shenmue 2's half the length because you just shoot him from mid ocean journey or whatever river or whatever's between those two massive countries that I should know about.
I don't know. Yeah.
Finally, after working long days at the harbor using the forklift, Ryu finally has earned enough yen to buy a ticket to Hong Kong, and he does just that. To celebrate, he takes his leftover earnings to the arcade where he runs into the creepy skinhead guy who steals Ryu's ticket and eats it.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he freaking just eats the ticket. He's just ticket eater. Ryu attempts to fight the creeper, but it's no use. He's too fast and too strong because of all the ticket calories. Plus, his ticket is lost forever, and with that, his immediate hopes of getting to Hong Kong also just gone.
Man, and Ryu was... I mean, when you play the game, you're like, oh my God, the devastation that Ryu's just experienced. His chance is gone. He was all like, I am very upset. Ouch. I can't believe you ate the ticket in my only chance of getting to Hong Kong to seek vengeance for my daddy.
he's really upset. I think that's the most upset he's been in this whole game.
I was literally shaking.
That is scary. Not long after this, another Mad Angel's bully tries to attack Ryu at work, but Ryu is too quick and pins the guy against the door and demands to know the name of his gang boss. The man says his boss's name is Terry.
Man, and you know what? You just don't see that name coming. You don't. You know, you've got a long list of names you've been trying to pronounce all day, and then they gonna drop a Terry on you. You're just like, what? You mean this whole time a brutal Japanese crime syndicate that controls imports and exports from one of the area's biggest harbors is led by a guy with a weak and shitty name like Terry? Unbelievable.
Means he's not afraid. You know, he didn't have to badass himself up with a cool name. He's like, I'm Terry. I can take care of myself. Don't you fucking worry.
Yeah.
That's my law. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't think the writers of this game put that much thought into it, but I am.
I was just saying that because my last name's Terry, I get to make fun of it, but you're like, nah, man.
I forgot your last name sucks. Upon arriving home that night, the housekeeper tells Ryu that she's learned from Nozomi's grandmother that Nozomi hasn't returned home. We should all be proud that the housekeeper didn't wait 2 weeks to share this information this whole time. She explains that Nozomi said that she was leaving to meet Ryu, but Ryu was not informed of these plans and suspects something is amiss. Right then the phone rings and Ryu answers to hear the mad cackling of the creepy gollum guy on the other end of the line. He screams,
Terry's waiting!
and tells him to meet behind Warehouse 17. Nozomi is then heard screaming in the background. No, Ryu, it's a trap! The madman threatens to hurt Nozomi if Ryu isn't there in 4 hours. He also probably complains that the boat ticket he ate is upsetting his tummy a little bit.
Was this Ticketmaster? It's so full of fees.
Next, though, is cool because we see Ryu on a fucking motorcycle speeding toward the harbor in the middle of the night while rock music fills the air. It's fucking metal. Scenic montage serves to get you amped up for the fight to save the girl you've been straight up ignoring for weeks now. It lasts for a good while, too. I think this might be where the disc switch is. It's close. But, man, you got that sweeping shots of the motorcycle riding through the wharf, just passing warehouse, and then, other similar assets of a warehouse, and then, repeated assets of warehouses. It's 3D, though. They were super fucking proud of it, man. They probably spent, over half the budget on this shot. Motorcycle, fucking warehouse, just going through the night. Top shots. You got top shots from the top. You got side shots from the side. Aerial shots. They got planes, helicopters, and then they repeat it over and over because they're like, we've got more song. What we've made, let's go ahead, let's do it, let's put that in there again. Motorcycle, heavy metal, leather jacket, night sky, wharfs, it's all here, baby. Let's go fight.
Bad news, Mr. Producer, sir, bad news. The band wouldn't sell us half their song. So I guess we're just going to have to repeat some shots. Is that cool? Of course that's fucking cool. In fact, I love it.
I love it.
Finally, just outside of Warehouse 17, a few Mad Angel thugs are there to greet him. Thankfully, the game lets you take the mounted momentum from that sweet montage and unleash it in a full-on ass kick karate campaign through a small army of nearby thugs. Having seen enough of his henchmen bite asphalt, Terry himself finally steps out of the shadows.
And he's, goddamn man, he's just not what you'd expect out of a Terry either. I was expecting just a guy with the receding hairline and kind of a weird belly where you're like, I don't know if he's fat or not. He probably used to be fat and then he stopped being fat for a minute, but now he's on the road back to fat. I know, kind of like me. But no, this guy's very smooth talking, quite handsome, got a fucking sweet ponytail, well-defined goatee, a lot of neato piercings. I was like, damn, this is Terry I can get behind.
Yeah. Only thing not going for him is his name is Terry.
I know, right? That's what I said out loud.
That's what we both agreed on. Terry is a shitty name. One of Terry's henchmen thrusts a bound Nozomi forward to hand her over. She says she's okay, but why have they brought Ryu here? Why have they just turned Nozomi over so easily? Turns out, Terry's just a cool dude. He's a man of his word. He will allow Ryu to take Nozomi home, but only if Ryu takes out Master Chen's son so that he can't walk. Apparently, Chen's son, Guizhang, stands in the way of Terry securing what he refers to as the, quote, Hong Kong route, unquote.
Yeah, man, that Terry, he's a straight shooter. Look, here's the girl we kidnapped. We don't want to hurt you, But it'd be super neat if the next time you're hanging out with Guizhang, you break his legs, okay? It's just, that'd be sweet. We got you out here to tell you that, all right? Could have written it down, probably maybe said it over the phone. But we thought we'd bring you out here, let you get your girl back just to get that proposal. Break a couple legs for us, you know?
Okay, now, and this next paragraph starts with something we're gonna do some live workshopping here because I think maybe you're leading it the wrong way. You wrote here, surprisingly, Ryu doesn't think twice. I think it should read, unsurprisingly, Ryu doesn't think twice.
Yeah.
He
only
thinks
thinks
once, and
once.
that's fine. Yeah, he's
I did the one think. I think one.
he doesn't go over anything in his head, I don't believe. He agrees to cripple Guizhang for Terry if Terry leads him to Lan Di. That's called negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
Terry is impressed by Ryu's determination and says he will, but only after Guizhang is dealt with. As Ryu and Nozomi leave, the camera pans to see the creepy gollum guy has been listening to the entire conversation. He cackles and disappears into the darkness.
Yeah. Which is really weird at this point because the weird guy was the one that called for Ryu to come to Warehouse 17 on behalf of Terry. So Ryu knew he would be there, and presumably Terry knows the creepy guy was there since he had to make the call. So I'm not sure why creepy guy felt the need to hide in order to listen in on the conversation he himself arranged, but maybe that's just how creepy guys do things, creepily.
That's why they call him that. You're right.
You know, that's my only theory on that.
It turns out that the creepy guy and Terry have different motives and are both using Nozomi to get Ryu to meet them at the harbor. Terry wants Ryu to get rid of Guizhang, and creepy guy works for Lan Di and wants the mirror and or Ryu dead. The montage returning back home on the motorcycle is a different flavor. Ryu is no longer wearing his helmet. He's traveling at half the speed he was before. Nozomi sits perched on the back of the bike with her arms wrapped around his waist, and softer, more romantic music fills the silence of the night.
Man, still with lots of shots of the bike from every angle over and over for several minutes until the whole song finishes, you know, because they bought the rights. They might as well use it. It almost feels like the end of the game. But you know what? I'll say this. I think we're just heating up.
That night, Ryu has a dream where he remembers a conversation his father had with them about friends. His father tells him friends are important because parents always die before friends do, which is not always true, and is a pretty grim thing to just like bring up. But whatever. The point here is that Ryu is now having second thoughts about crippling Guizhang for Terry. Guizhang and Chen have helped him a lot, even if a little reluctantly, and most importantly, he trusts them. He can't trust Terry.
Man, right? You'd think that would just, you know, when you thought once, Ryu, that should have been what ran through your mind.
Yeah. That should have been one thought.
Should have been, yeah. I'm not sure Guizhang and Ryu are close enough to be friends, but Ryu doesn't really get close with anyone, so I wouldn't be surprised if Guizhang is already in Ryu's MySpace top 8. You know, so maybe they're kind of pals. Maybe that's why he's got a soft spot. Like, it would probably be like Nozomi, Guizhang, and then maybe Ine, because she makes a sweet glove compartment apple pie.
And Guizhang, of course, doesn't really know what MySpace is. But Ryu is like, trust me, in several years, it's going to be pretty important to be in someone's top 8. So, I mean, you're welcome. You're welcome.
First, the
Guizhang.
internet's got to drop. I suddenly know the future. And then Excite.com will come around. You'll be like, I get an email address here. That'd be fine. And then fantasy baseball, and then MySpace.
Mm-hmm. In that exact order. And those are the most important parts of the internet. But Ryu still really wants to avenge his father, and Terry looks like his only ticket to Hong Kong. Faced with a dilemma that could certainly be resolved by just telling Master Chen and his son what Terry wants and then form a plan with him, he instead meets Guizhang outside his warehouse at night and begs him for a fight. In the middle of the fight, Ryu whispers to Guizhang to pretend to lose so that the watchful eyes of Terry's goons will take him to Lan Di. Mid-tussle, Guizhang is understandably confused and asks Ryu why would he ever trust someone like Terry, and conversely tries extremely hard to kick Ryu's ass for even thinking this was okay.
Right? It's so awkward because in the middle of like giving each other kicks and punches and grapples, he's like, hey, Guizhang, quick, pretend to lose so I look cool for Terry. It's like, bro, what did you just fucking say to me?
Yeah. And why not on the ride over there be like, Hey, little pregame plan. I just want to let you know what's up.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just mention it.
Would have been
dude.
so
Come on.
easy.
Yeah. Over the next few minutes, this dwarf endures one of the bloodiest high-stakes bouts of surprise, but seriously, I'm not trying to double-cross you karate ever. The fight ends. The fight finally ends with both men on the ground staring up at the stars, wounded from melee. Terry takes this opportunity to leap from the shadows and try to take out both Ryu and Guizhang with a shovel, but the two leap up just in time to dodge the fatal blow.
Wow, a shovel, man. What a great what a great idea. Somebody brought a shovel to a fist fight. I love it.
Ryu and Guizhang takes this small break for rejuvenation and to complement each other's fighting technique before setting their sights on Terry. They then take him down together.
Now we both look super cool in front of Terry. Sorry, Terry.
Terry taunts them and tells them that if they want him so bad, he'd first like to invite them to hell before turning and running back toward Warehouse 17. Ryu and Guizhang give chase, but don't make it very far before being surrounded by Mad Angel Gang members. Before they throw down, they have a brief pep talk.
Is Trouble your middle name?
Save your complaints for later.
Fine. Watch yourself.
You too.
So they do know how to have a pregame pep talk. See?
Yeah.
God damn it. I thought it was maybe they just didn't understand the concept, but no, they're very aware.
Yeah, could have had that conversation in the car and saved everybody a shovel kicking. But then commences some real intense ass kicking, you know? Shenmue, sure, a lot of forklifting, a lot of walking around asking people of various Asian descents for how to read letters. Sure, that's been a lot of the game. But now we're ass kicking time, right? Guizhang and Ryo join forces to wipe out gang member after gang member, thug after thug. Just two dudes walking down the street, kicking ass after ass, henchman after henchman, an almost never-ending assault of hand-to-hand combat and occasionally hand-to-baton combat, and sometimes foot-to-face combat. It's a grand culmination. All the moves and skills Ryo's learned to this point. Eventually, Ryo and Guizhang survive all 70, exactly 70, check your Dreamcast VMU, of Terry's men in the assault, which leaves Terry as the last remaining enemy. All right, we meet again, shovel fucker himself. Ryu steps up to fight him, but Guizhang tells him, hey, don't worry about him. I got this. I want Terry all to myself.
Oh, Terry picks up a metal bar, which seems like cheating, up off of the ground and tries to attack with it, but Ryu slips behind Terry, grabs the other end of the bar, and rips it away. He urges Terry to fight fair, but Terry's just not interested.
As Terry's aren't.
As soon as none of them are. They're all terrible people. As soon as Guizhang takes Terry to the ground, Terry grabs a fistful of dirt and throws it in Guizhang's eyes. Ryu must now call out the direction that Terry's attacks are coming in from so that the blinded Guizhang can protect himself.
Left. Right. Left. Left again. You know, he says it slow as fuck so that it doesn't matter. He's already been hit 4 times before he's like, right. But he's like, your left or my left? You know, it's like one of those things.
Then he throws out a stage left.
Stage left.
Like, are you the audience or am I? Like, who's...
Then he starts yelling out boat terms. He's like, starboard. Helm.
Guizhang eventually retakes the upper hand and emerges victorious. With Terry pinned to the ground, Ryu furiously presses him for answers regarding Landi's location. And I mean furiously.
Where is Landi?
Oh,
right? Fucking.
That is some furious fucking fire.
If your mom stormed into your bedroom one night and was like, where is Landi? You'd be like, whoa, why are you so mad? Hey!
And who the fuck is Landi?
What? Is that
I mean, if my mom did that, it sounds a lot like my actual dad's name, Lonnie. So I might be like, are you having a stroke, Mom? Are you drunk?
Where is Lance D? And you're like, Mom, come on now.
Oh, come on, Mom. Yeah. Come on. That's gross. Like, you mean right now? Terry tells Ryu that the creepy skinhead guy, which is oddly close to how we've been describing the weird Gollum-looking thing, took Londi out to a ship bound for Hong Kong, and if Ryu wants him that bad, he'd better start swimming.
Swimming would not be good for my leather jacket. And it wouldn't. It'd ruin it.
Yeah, absolutely. Next, we'd see Londi on what could hardly be considered a ship, but a sea vessel nonetheless. The vessel is speeding out of the harbor, and Londi is shown looking on into the distance, his robes rippling in the wind as he disappears into the sunrise. Ryu was too late.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, if you have a fucking sniper rifle right there, it fucking saves us 50 hours to come.
Easy.
But, it took Ryu, a couple days, all said. This took place over a couple days here. Took him about that long to gather all these leads and to get to where he is, right here on this wharf, looking out into the water. It's a wonder he was even able to catch a glimpse of Londi, even at a distance. It makes you wonder why Londi hung out in the city for so long and didn't just flee to Hong Kong right after killing Ryu's dad and nabbing that Phoenix mare, Like, why was he still here? Why is he just now leaving? Chen even said he didn't think Londi knew about the dragon mirror, so there's really no reason for him to have stuck around. He might know about the second mirror now, after skinhead gollum fucker guy overheard some combos, but he didn't at first. He didn't know. And you know what? And it's not like he was waiting to catch a specific boat ride to Hong Kong, because this was a personal boat he could just have used any time. So you know what? This at the very end, catching Londi going out into the distance, kind of poetic, but also kind of horseshit. He should have been long gone by now. But either way, it makes for a dramatic moment with Ryu seeing his chance for revenge fade into the distant seas. Wonder if there'll be a sequel.
Yeah, despite all of that, Ryu remains determined to get his revenge. Guizhang tells Ryu that he will ask his father, Master Chen, to help Ryu out by buying him a ticket. The two part ways in dramatic fashion as Guizhang walks away from Ryu. Ryu calls out his name. Guizhang pauses his walk long enough for Ryu to say,
"Thank you."
Guizhang doesn't turn to face Ryu. He simply replies, "No, Ryu, that's my line."
Wow. It's the closest to a makeout session we get in the entire series, and I gotta say, Ryu drums up a lot of interest from several ladies.
There's no stopping Ryu from traveling to Hong Kong at this point, and with Master Chen's help, it's all but a done deal. But he'll have to go alone. Back home, Ine and Mayasuki, the housekeeper and live-in student, give Ryu a little bit of cash for his travels. Ryu tells them goodbye and promises he'll come back alive. As Ryu makes his way toward the harbor for his voyage, he remembers something his father once told him.
Those who follow the path of a warrior must be ready to die in order to stand by their convictions. Live for one's convictions. Die for one's convictions. That is how I lived my life. Ryo, it is up to you to discover your path and follow it through.
Wait. Back up. Ine and Masuke just had, cash to give Ryu? That's where the ticket money should have come from. God, what? Oh,
I know, right? And it's like, did Dad not leave us any inheritance? Like, he died living in the biggest house on a hill with a gated entrance and his own dojo. What are we doing?
God, it's weird. Anyway, back onto the story. At the harbor, where they're saying their goodbyes to Ryu, Master Chen and Guizhang have a change of heart and decide Ryu is too reckless to go alone, and so Guizhang will accompany him. Plus, Master Chen said, we also want to know what Londi is doing. We're curious. At just that moment, a giant steel beam drops from a crane above. Guizhang sees it just in time to push Ryu out of the way. The beam hits the ground on its end and falls over on Guizhang, injuring him. On Guizhang. I've probably been saying Guizhang this whole time.
You've been saying it for a while, but I told everybody we was going to be wrong a bunch.
The beam hits the ground on its end and falls over on Guizhang, injuring him, which is fine because the guy you don't want it to fall on, his name is Guizhang, so it's fine. It's fine, guys. This Guizhang guy, he just started showing up out of nowhere.
You said it right some of the time. No one's mad.
There's a few people that are probably pretty pissed, but if you made it this far, thanks. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You had a lot of optimism for that. Maybe someday we'd get good at this. This is good on you. From above, the familiar mad cackling of the crazy skinhead guy rings out. He lunges down at Ryu, whose attention is on his injured friend.
Guizhang, it appears you have been defeated by a steel beam that didn't know any karate whatsoever.
Ryu moves out of the way in time and sets his stance, poised to fight. The skinhead guy yells to Ryu,
You're not going to Hong Kong because the great Chai will defeat you.
wow. Ryu engages in his toughest fight yet. The skinhead guy, who we now know as Chai, is fast, nimble, and relentless. He cackles madly the whole time, even when Ryu lands a hit as if he's unfazed. Ryu unloads his arsenal of attacks he's learned over the last few days and finally lands a kick to Chai's chest that sends him backward and off the harbor's ledge and down into the deep sea water.
And don't come back.
You really made me hang on for that retort, for a long time there, Travis.
Yeah.
Turning his attention back to Guizhang, things don't look good. It appears his leg is severely injured. Master Chen forbids his son from traveling injured. Still supportive of Ryu, Master Chen recommends that Ryu visit an old trusted friend of his in Hong Kong when he gets there. It's an elder master in Hong Kong named Tao Li Shao, and Chen hands Ryu their address. Now back to traveling alone, Ryu picks up his backpack and walks along the harbor to board the ship to Hong Kong.
Yeah, somewhere Terry is like, holy shit, guys, remember when I said I wanted to break Guizhang's legs? A steel beam fell and broke one of Guizhang's fucking legs. Dude, am I a fucking sorcerer, bro? Someone hold up a spoon, quick. Dude. Us Terry's really got it. We're pretty cool. Huh? Anybody else?
As Ryu's boarding the ship, he looks back toward the city he's always called home, and suddenly a scene flashes through his mind. A flashback dream sequence where we see Nozomi praying at an altar. Ryu approaches from behind and startles her. She says, "It's funny he's here. She was just making a wish for him." And then he suddenly appeared.
That is very funny.
Oh my god, did he have some inflection on the word is in that?
No, I had a burp built up.
It's a fucking roller coaster.
It's like that, excuse me, is
Oh, wait,
funny.
he also tasted some bad pie in that, I heard, a little bit. She tells him that she knows he's going to Hong Kong and knows that she can't stop him. She gives him an amulet with the hopes it can keep him safe on his travels. She reminds him, a sword would have been better, but sure, amulet, what the fuck ever. She reminds him that she's leaving for Canada soon, and the two awkwardly part ways, not knowing if they'll ever see each other again. Ryu comes to his wits again, still standing on the steps of the ship. He finishes boarding, and the ship departs the harbor, sailing toward Hong Kong, which is Ryu's next stop, and where our story will pick back up in the next episode on Shenmue. What are we at, 4?
Feels like it, but it's only 2.
Is 2? Oh, 2. Shenmue 2.
Yeah, all right.
Tell me why you love this game.
I do love it. It is fun. I think a lot of the mundane stuff's kind of fun. I don't mind driving a forklift and going from business to business, asking around for stuff. It's kind of investigatory. I feel like a Sherlock Holmes that's not very smart. And that sums up who I am as a person. You know, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I've talked to my therapist about it. I'm like, man, sometimes I just feel like a real Rio, you know? Like I'm just always trying to find the answers, and I ask everybody, and they don't really have much. So I just make bad assumptions. And she's like, yeah, it sounds like that's the game for you. So yeah. I'm real into it.
I don't know how to count. I don't know how to count.
I can't count.
There's so many things similar. I wear the same painted on jeans every day.
Yeah. I love a leather jacket. I'll wear it all year round.
Why not?
I will, like, if I just take, like, the last thing someone tells me, that's what I believe. You know, I don't really think for myself. Like, they got to really spell it out. And then I'm like, right. Don't even give me a metaphor. I will fuck it up. You be straight up.
Until I learned what a tattoo was, I thought all these people just had really weird birthmarks.
I was like, man, that's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy your birthmark spells out Dale Earnhardt. That's nuts.
That's weird that your brain went there first. There must be a lot of those.
I live in a region.
It's just
Live
yeah,
in
that
a
makes
hotbed of Earnhardt tattoos.
I get it.
But no, I really do. I do like the games, and I completely understand why people don't. But the story does lead you along. It's a carrot that dangles just enough to where you do want to seek that vengeance. And boy, does it dangle it. It's the best. It must be hoo-ha apple pie tasting good carrot, because you're going to follow it for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, I jest and give you some crap on the game, but we all love some slow games. I love Red Dead Redemption 2, and that's the big thing about that game. People are like, it's fucking slow.
Yeah,
like, you can't do that. I get it.
That one's really like purposefully, like they designed it to be like, it's specifically not GTA. Don't get excited. This is a lot of horses and walking around on foot, slow as possible.
So you're saying conversely, the creators of Shenmue were like, this is exactly like GTA, man.
Yeah, I feel
People
like
are gonna love it.
Yeah, I feel like in the day they were like, this is the most fast-paced, open-world-ass game. You could talk to, and you literally can't talk to anybody. But the thing is, like, it's one of those games where, you know, you can go up to a building, and almost every door is interactable. Nothing in the game is just painted on, but like a good number of them are obviously locked because you can't. So, but it's always the same cutscene where Rio will actually go up to any door you go to, any door in the game, and they'll do a cutscene where he knocks. He'll do a little. It'll wait. He'll do like a little side pan of his face. He'll look all confused and he'll be like, "I guess no one's home," and then he walks away. So if you're going to test every door in the game, it's going to take you a long time. You got to watch that same cutscene about 900 times. I guess no one's home.
Thankfully, that's what Shenmue 2 is all about. So
no one's
look forward
home.
to that, listeners.
Yeah, they should have just called it Shenmue 2. No one's home.
I love it.
Well, I think that's that's going to do us for now. We got the second episode coming soon, so join us in Hong Kong for that one. That's going to conclude yet another Tales episode. Be sure to subscribe. I don't even know why we keep telling people that. It feels like you probably already have, but
yeah.
And I don't even know if subscribing's still a thing on podcasts. I haven't listened to a new podcast in like 3 years. I don't even know how you do it. I just make them and listen to ones I've always listened to. So subscribe if that's still a thing, and then stay tuned, man, because if you do subscribe, we're going to find out real soon about Shenmue 2.
Yeah, I got your back, Travis. I still subscribe and listen to lots of podcasts.
Great.
And it's still a thing. It's still a possibility, at least through the podcatchers that I'm aware of.
Excellent.
So go for it. Be sure to subscribe. And also, when you're there, rate and review us. Rate and review us on any of those platforms that allow rating and reviewing. I know iTunes does. Spotify's getting there if they're not already. So be sure rate and review us. It really, really, really helps out. It keeps us motivated to keep these things coming. We really appreciate it. You can also reach out to us directly on Twitter if you would like to have a bit of a conversation, a bit of a back and forth. You can reach out to the show. Now, there's going to be a lot of contact things coming up here, so get ready. Okay. Write a few of them down. Grab a pen. Take out your phone. Get ready to write down and make yourself a note. Oh, I got to tell them about this. All these pronunciations for names they got wrong. Okay, so you can reach out to us on Twitter. The show is @TalesLesser. You can reach out to me, Caleb, @CalebJRoss. You can reach out to Travis @TravPlaysGames, or you can reach us via email at polykillpodcast@gmail.com. And brand new to the whole world of reaching out to us is you can go over to reddit.com/r/ I believe it is Polymedia, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
Polymedia.
Yep.
Think of it like the comment section for a podcast. There's not usually a comment section. That's the comment section. Go over there, talk to us. We're there. We'll respond. We'll engage.
Yes, please do that. That's been a lot of fun. Some folks have been showing up. It's been great. We're looking forward to doing more interactions there. You can also find more of our shows, or a whole list of shows, over on polymedianetwork.com. We'd like to shout out Brad Sucks, who's dropping some new music these days, but we'd like to shout out him for offering up our music for our intro and outro theme. And I also want to shout out that if you are an Instagram user, we also now, as a network, have a network Instagram account, Polymedia Network. So check that out as well.
And as always, thank you so much for listening.
And the tale has been told.